It was the first time the man felt his heart move. When the woman sat across from him, he could not help but glance at her from the corner of his eye. He sketched her likeness quietly on the paper. He planned to give her a surprise. Suddenly, the woman unwrapped the chocolate on the table. Without asking for his opinion, she broke off a piece and put it in her mouth. The man was a little stunned. To mark his presence, he broke off a piece and ate it as well. The woman gave him a disdainful look. Then a mischievous smile appeared on her lips. She found the man quite amusing. He ate her stuff and treated it as if it were his right. She glanced at the man. The woman broke off another piece of chocolate and put it into her mouth. The man would not be outdone. He pulled the chocolate toward himself. Before he could start a conversation, the announcement for the next stop sounded. The woman stood up preparing to get off. "It is all yours."
It's all yours.
Watching her leave, Cameron smiled at the corner of his mouth. Even after the train moved off, he remained immersed in the pleasant encounter they had just shared. But not long after, he was surprised to discover that his chocolate had been in his bag the whole time. Ha 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 ha. Fate works in mysterious ways. A few weeks later, they met again on the train. Cameron awkwardly apologized for what happened last time and gave the portrait he had drawn to the woman. They shook hands and made peace. They talked happily until the woman said she was about to get off. Cameron reluctantly proposed to say goodbye, but as he turned around, he looked somewhat downcast. Suddenly the woman called after him and returned the portrait to him. "Oh no, it is for you, keep it. Give it to me again." Cameron took the portrait and found a contact number on the back. He looked up at her leaving figure. A wave of joy welled up in his heart. For two people who liked each other, being together was only natural. They soon fell in love and entered into marriage. They even had a sweet and clever son. Their relationship no longer had the initial freshness, but it grew deeper and more profound. One day Cameron returned home from work. He kissed his wife, who was already asleep, then went to the bathroom to freshen up. Suddenly he felt dizzy and lightheaded. Then he collapsed to the floor. After a long time, he gasped a breath and woke up. Seeing his wife still asleep, Cameron forced himself up and quickly closed the bathroom door. A few months earlier, Cameron discovered that he had a malignant tumor in his brain, and there was no possibility of a cure. He had tried to confess to his wife, but after hesitating again and again, he still could not say it out loud. He knew his wife too well. 1 year ago, his brother died in an accident that nearly took half of his life. For more than half a year, he shut himself in the guest room, refusing to communicate, refusing comfort. Only recently had he slightly come out of that shadow, watching his wife teach their son. The sun was so bright. Cameron smiled happily. It was a very tender scene, but the more Cameron watched, the more he felt pain. He hid in the bathroom, wiped away his tears, and decided to carry out the plan he had long prepared. At first light, Cameron boarded a yacht early and traveled to a little-known lonely island, where a female doctor had been waiting for some time. As the heavy metal doors opened, Cameron walked into the basement and saw his clone for the first time. Although he had been mentally prepared, he was still shocked by the scene before him. Whether it was the features or the skin tone, they were exactly identical to his own. He reached out his hand to grasp,